What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. If you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, taking pics of them, and of course playing with them. I try to upload new videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so come back on those days to see what I've uploaded, or just hit that notification bell to be notified when I do upload a new video. As always, the information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Magical, aka the Buff Collector, and happy Mando Monday, guys. Not really, but kind of is in a way. I thought when Hasbro first announced it, they said they were going to be having a Mando Monday every Monday leading up to the season premiere of The Mandalorian, and I think even the week after into the second episode. But I think honestly Hasbro realized that that was just going to be too much, in my opinion, especially after what they pulled on us prior to their Hasbro PulseCon, where they literally released about $190 worth of merchandise that Wednesday through the credit collection and the carbonized Mandalorian 3.75 figures in the vintage collection. And then literally that weekend they had Hasbro Con, and they had all their exclusives, that Heroes of Endor set, the ARC Trooper 3-pack. And so I think they realized that if they released Mandalorian merchandise every Monday leading up to that first episode, they were gonna risk buyer fatigue, and also just probably run out of things to show us. And I feel like towards the end they were gonna be just giving us, like, I don't know, I guess plush dolls and maybe Funko Pops, but they were gonna release all the cool stuff at first, and I feel like they maybe realized it and we're just pulling back, and just now they're gonna give it to us, I think next week, the week before Mandalorian premieres. But anyways, guys, today I have for you guys the Stormtrooper Black Series from the Mandalorian, the brand new ones that just got released in the new wave. These guys are amazing. I had to buy a few, of course, because as you know, I do also have a toy photography page on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me if you haven't already at CoolFigurez. And I want to be taking some sick Mando pics as well as some sick Darth Vader pics. So I needed a few Stormtroopers to complete it, to fill out the images and whatnot. So I went ahead and army built a bit, and went ahead and grabbed 4 of these. And these guys are amazing. The detail in just the weapon alone is remarkable, and then when you get into the sculpt of the armor and all the improvements that they've made since the original Stormtroopers that they first released are definitely welcome additions. So these all are the 4 exact same figures, so we are just going to pull one of them out of the bunch and we will take a closer look. So we will go ahead and pick this guy right here, because he is special out of these 4, if you haven't noticed, or if you can't tell. And just take a quick second. Can you think of what's different from him? Because it's kind of hard, but if you can see it, you can see it. That's right. His gun is missing his magazine. It's actually in his hand right here, and I'll tell you why in a second. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at his accessories, which is basically just his blaster. He comes with a basic, Stormtrooper blaster, but very much upgraded from the original Stormtroopers version, with the addition of this flashlight right here, which I think is really cool and adds some cool depth to the gun, especially when you're taking photos of it, as well as the magazine on the side right here. So it does come with a magazine like that. And so it was funny, while I was taking it out of the packaging, this magazine actually popped out, and I thought, oh well, I'll just super glue it, not a big deal. And so I went to see it just to size it up to make sure I can get it right and fit it in right, and it clicked into place. And so I really don't need to super glue it. It stays in. I can shake it, and I can take some cool pics of this trooper reloading and whatnot. And the reason I say this one is special is because none of the other 3 blasters did that. I just gently tugged on him, because that's basically all that happened with this one, is I gently tugged on it to see if it was attached or if it was removable, and it came off. So I gently tugged on the other 3 and nothing happened. So I went ahead and just left this guy with the only one that detaches, when honestly guys, it's pretty easy. You guys probably just have to tug hard enough and they'll all come out. But it is a small piece and easy to lose, especially if you're doing toy photography in outdoors, and you know, with rocks and other things, and you're carrying out your figures and all that. But having one is cool, so if you want to do that to one, I guess you could do that. So I ended up not super gluing this and leaving it alone so that the trooper can take it off and reload it in the pictures and whatnot. So you'll see that later on in the photography. So going ahead and taking a look at the trooper himself, in my opinion, it's a really good sculpt. It's a really good version of a Stormtrooper, except for maybe a little bit on the paint control. As you can see on this one right here, you see that it's a little bit of blue underneath. You see that right there? You see that little shine of blue. It's not just the gleam from the blue up here, it's literally excess paint. So you know, but it's minor things like that. But like, this guy is really well done. No complaints from me. He might have a scratch on his helmet because he fell over while I was doing some stuff outside with him, some photography and whatnot, you know, trying to see what poses I want to put him in. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. Let's get the camera to focus. So he can look pretty far down, which is nice. Whoops. You can look that much up. You can do a whole exorcist head turn. So 360 there. Looking at his arm movement, he does have the new butterfly joint that these guys are starting to have, which is amazing. Gives you a little more range of articulation. And the cool thing is this shoulder pad, it lifts, so you can actually get his arm to go that far out, which is really cool. And then you get the single hinged elbow joint, as well as the single hinge wrist joint twist as well. And this one hinges up and down rather than you know, up and down vertically. This one does it more horizontally, or with its hand horizontally. And it does also have a swivel. It does have an ab turn and ab crunch. The really cool thing about this is a separate piece. It's not molded on, so it moves with the trooper. Makes movement and articulation pretty good. Looking at his leg articulation, he goes all the way forward, which is nice. He goes pretty far back. Oops, focus. Pretty far back. He has a single hinge knee joint, but it does go pretty far back. As you can see, it doesn't quite hit his butt, but it does do that. You get a shin swivel right there, as well as a thigh swivel. And looking at his ankle articulation, it goes all the way down, all the way up, and you do get the ball rocker. So overall, guys, these are great upgrades from the original Stormtroopers that they first gave us, and I really could not be happier with them, and cannot wait to take some photography of them because they look amazing here, and I can only imagine what they'll look like in those photos, especially in those Mandalorian pics that I'm planning. I don't know when I'll get to that shoot, but believe me guys, I am going to get to it when I can because I'm excited to do that one. But anyways guys, let's go ahead and take these guys outside, take some quick pics, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find more over at CoolFigurez on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps out this channel. And if you really did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. As always, I am your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.